Gang. This your boy Hype Fan Jers. You are now tuning to Hype Fan Eagles. Man, you already know back at with another talk, another Eagles talk, another off season, just like the third off season that we've been going at it with the podcast. So definitely I appreciate everybody that been like, follow, and subscribe to the channel. Continue to like, follow, and subscribe. Definitely appreciate it. And man, like I'm gonna get right into it. Just this little quick video. Just I want to talk about a little few things that's been going on all season, a little bit of talks and stuff. And yo, I just want to talk to y'all. That's what I want to do. So, but basically, the two things that I pointed that I want to hit is basically one talk that been going on after this season, phenomenal season that the Eagles had, is the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles, is the Philadelphia Eagles a dynasty? It's a lot of people want to go straight into that aspect and they want to know if we a dynasty team now, and it's been a talk on the first take and first thing first with Nick Wright, and like some people have their opinions. They feel like it's too early right now. Let the boys celebrate. Some people feel like they got their opinions like yes, here he is. Most saying no. They feel like we're not yet. It's too early. And in my opinion, um, I would say we're close. We're very close. Um, we right there. I don't know if I can say we're a dynasty team yet. I don't want to say that fully we are. Um, but we not far from it. Definitely not far. I feel like we right there, just a little bit more. For all my Spanish people, just a little petito, like just a little bit more, like we right there to be a dynasty team. I just think we just have to be a little bit more consistent as winning. Um, we're definitely we could have been that if it wasn't for the downfall of last year. I would have said that we was a dynasty team if we didn't have that downfall. Hold on right quick. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But yeah, like we're definitely there. We're definitely there. I wouldn't say that we are dynasty. We would have been a dynasty team. We would have had a that type of team if you was a little bit more consistent. Just a little bit been a little bit more ups and downs with us. Dealing with different coaches back and forth. Like we just switching offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators. I feel like Vic Fangio should be staying with us for some time. But definitely with the offensive coordinator, I feel like we definitely need to be more consistent with that. And I just felt like us to have a team, a consistent team. You got teams that have consistent, more of a consistent team that you could might say like they saying that it's the Chief is the dynasty team. The Chief, I mean, they lost players, but they've been more consistent when it comes to keeping players and coaches and everything. Like just like how the Patriots was. They had lost players too, but when Tom Brady had that good run, they was more consistent of having coaches and team, like with Bill Belichick. So what us with the Philadelphia Eagles, what us always switching up with players and not be able to keep enough players on the team. Every time one season we do good, next season we dismantle our team. Um, the coaches, can never keep a coach. Like I said, like I feel like Vic Fangio would be able to would stay a little longer, but Kellen Moore leaving is just just another example of her having a hard time keeping coaches. Like and for that reason is I can't fully say that the answer to the question of if we are a dynasty team yet because of that. It's because you won't never know what will be with us because of all these switch up when it comes to players. Who gonna leave and who's not staying. The coach is always switching up. Now we gotta figure out. Now we gotta see the next coach we get. We gotta see. Hopefully he don't come in and do a Brian Johnson type situation. And come in and not mess up the whole chemistry and the whole image in the flow of the team when it comes to that offense. And we already know what the defense did this year. The defense was phenomenal. The defense was definitely excellent this year. But at the same time, it's a team sport. It's a team game. And I feel like yes, the defense was phenomenal, but the defense only was consistent and kept up on a good job. It's because of the offense. The offense collide and complemented the defense. With Kellen Moore being on controlling the offense and the game plan he did, like I said, he had his little iffy moments, but overall, Kellen Moore did a definitely he did a great job on that offense. And for us to collide off of the defense and to be able to give the defense rest and us to control the time of possession and to march down the field and execute and give the defense enough time to rest to come back to execute again is what our offense delivered and gave our defense. And that was the key thing. We saw what happened when on that Washington game when Jalen Hurts first came in and then he went out. And then when Kenny Pickett came in, and I'm not saying Kenny Pickett is the bad quarterback, but when he first came in, they didn't have nothing game plan for him. They didn't have nothing prepared for him and nothing set for him. And a lot of people say when Kenny Pickett played that next game, I forget who we played right after the Washington Commanders. I don't know if it was the Giants again or it was the Cowboys. I forget what team he played right after the Washington. And Kenny Pickett played and Tanner McKee played, and they both did a phenomenal job. People want to be like, oh, well, what's their excuse? I thought Kenny Pickett was none. Y'all had an excuse putting him in Washington. It's because, yes, we did. They didn't have a game plan with Kenny Pickett when they had to throw him in the game on an unexpected type of situation with Jalen Hurts going down. They didn't have a game plan. They didn't practice. They didn't have nothing that prepared for him. So for that reason, everything, and we could have still won if it wasn't for that costly bad drop by uh 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 Devontae Smith, which he not accustomed to doing that all the time, but it was just at the wrong time at a bad moment. But we didn't game plan for him. And you saw what happened for him not to be able to sustain a drive and not be able to be out there long enough. And our defense had to continue to be out there. Our defense starting to look like the defense that was in the beginning of the season because they was tired. They constantly getting out there. The defensive line couldn't get at Jayden Daniels no more because they was tired. There wasn't enough effort in it. And so that's was the difference. Like, and our offense was doing their thing this year. And the defense probably was doing, you might argue the defense did their thing a little bit more better than the offense. You might want to argue with that. But at the same time, our offense helped out because it gave our defense time to rest and to continue to execute. Now, my point is, if we get another offensive coordinator, whoever it's going to be, if he don't know how to sustain a drive and call the right plays and keep that identity of what we have this season of the running game with Saquon Barkley and to control the time of possession and to not be predictable like Brian Johnson was on that year, 22 to 23 year, like then that's what I mean. I'm sorry, I mean 23 to 24 year. And that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. So for us not consistently keep a coach and we don't know who's gonna be on this team, We don't know whatever, especially on the defense side. I feel like call it a dynasty right now is unsure, but we're not far from it. Definitely not far from it. We just got to be consistent of keeping a team and to know what we got. Basically, mainly keeping the coaches. If if we could continue, if we could consistently keep coaches and have a team that we know what we got, and they are consistently doing the same thing in every in constant year. If I would say if whoever be our offensive coordinator next year, and we end up maybe don't we don't make it to the Super Bowl, but we end up going to the NFC Championship, I I would say yes, we are because of we are a winning team, and we are a team that you really got to bring your A game from. And I feel like that right now, even though we might not be consistent at keeping coaches and players, but I still feel like you still got a game plan for us. You still got to come bring your A game when you play the Eagles. A lot of haters and a lot of fans and analysts, they might say otherwise. They might try to hate, or they might say the Eagles is overrated and all this other stuff. But truth of the matter is, we've been winning. When we had Doug Peterson, we was winning. It just we dismantle our team, so we had to go that down year. We had to go to a rebuilding year, and then after that, getting Nick Sirianni and picking up Jalen Hurts, and he had a little rusty year of his first year. He was a rookie. He still made it to the playoffs. Still had Smitty. And then after that, we've been a team you have to really play your hardest on. And that's just truth. That's just the fact. And so me saying that, yo, they want to ask, is we a dynasty team yet? I'll be honest. I understand. You might not know if you want to say that right now, but I would say we've definitely not far from it. Definitely not far from it. And we could be if we could continue to keep players and coaches. That's the only reason why I'm saying that. It's the consistency of coaches and players to know what we got each and every year. And I trust Howie. I trust Nick Sirianni. How he's a winning coach. I trust Jalen Hurts. He's a winning quarterback. And like they saying right now, the pressure was on Hurts of him knowing to adjust to coaches and knowing to the play. He got a Super Bowl ring. Now they saying now it's not the pressure is off him. It's about a coach coming to it and knowing how to adjust to him and knowing how to call plays and build around him and knowing how to put him in the right place. And I agree with that. So the next coach we get, he gonna have his work cut out of he gonna have to come in putting Jalen Hurts in the right position and calling the right plays. So hopefully I'll be up with that update or who we get, who we pick up. Just stay tuned with that. And yeah. And my next thing I want to talk about, you hear a lot of going on dealing with Jalen Hurts. Is he a top 5 quarterback? And I covered this a lot of times. But now I'm definitely going to cover it after he winning a Super Bowl ring. You still hearing this talk and you still hearing the doubts of people like, oh, he's not. He's outside. He's coming outside, maybe 6 or 7. And they still putting players that haven't even run a ring yet, or haven't really show nothing show nothing when it comes to anything. You hear I hear Shannon Sharp and other analysts talks about, oh, just because a player run a ring doesn't mean they more better than another player that didn't. They saying it's players that I guess he named on the Dolphins, Dana Marino, that have a great quarterback, but I don't know if he have a ring yet or none. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but he named some quarterbacks that don't have rings, but that's better than Jalen Hurts. But I get it. Somewhat it might be some truth in that. Just because you have a ring doesn't necessarily mean you better than quarterbacks that doesn't. Depends on your game plan. It depends on how you play, and I get it. I understand. You know, to to say that it's not about saying that Jalen Hurts is better than Pat Mahomes. Like I said before, it's not saying that Jalen Hurts is better than Josh Allen. Not saying that Jalen Hurts is better than Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow. Those four top guys we hear constantly of them talking about. Constantly them talking about. Don't gotta say them because those are the main guys you see they with the passing, winning aspect. Those are the type of guys you see. But it's not to put him at least. You don't have to say he's up there in the top 5. But to not put him in the lower 5, to not, okay, you got 1 to 5. To not put him in that 5th place after winning the Super Bowl, and okay, maybe he's not great of a best passer. Maybe he's not passing the ball like Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen. Even though his stats was identical as Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes this year. But let's just hypothetically speak overall, maybe his passing is not like that. But like I said before, passing is the most important thing of a quarterback. Yes, I understand that. But it's passing is the only attribute of a quarterback. Like, only thing a quarterback is drop back and pass the ball. That's the only thing they need him to do. If that's the case, then what's the point of calling certain plays for quarterbacks? He might as well just do standard passing plays or whatever. Like, if that's all you need a quarterback to do is pass, that's the only attribute, then that just don't make sense. A quarterback, the main attribute of the quarterback is passing. But what makes a quarterback stand out is what he do other than only passing the ball. It's other things that make a quarterback great instead of passing. Okay, you gotta look at it in an overall aspect. Like, okay, he might not be the best passer, but he's still a good passer, a great passer. He passed that ball overall. He passed that ball very well. Jalen Hurts. He might not be better than those quarterbacks in our name, but he passed the ball. He still passed the ball very well. But overall wise, he is a good playmaker. He run the ball very well. He send plays. People always talking about him controlling the game. Yo, for that playoff, they not looking. Even Dan covered this whole thing, especially in the Super Bowl. That boy is actually called of being a point guard. He go to that line. He do his pre-snap. He done audible. He ordered the ball. Oh, he can't read defense. A lot of the plays that we got off is because he read the defense. It's because he audible into something that worked. He saw what the defense had, and he switched the play up. Like that Rams game. No. It wasn't a Rams. It was in a championship game where we played the Commanders. That first running back play. With Saquon Barkley broke on the first play of the game, he broke it off to a touchdown. Even if he would have got sacked, because that after the first down, that was all Saquon Barkley. He didn't really get touched until he made the first down. Then it was all Saquon Barkley because him breaking tackles and making it to the touchdown zone, that was Saquon. But in the beginning, him getting to the first down, that was Jalen Hurts play calling. He looked and saw what the defense was giving him. He audible that play and say, no, I see what the different defense is. They're not looking at that. You know what? Saquon, I got you. We gonna toss it to the left because I see what the defense is giving, and we're gonna get a good playoff. He didn't know that Saquon was gonna get a touchdown off of it, I guarantee you. But he knew that play was going to be a good moving change. We would have got good yardage off of that, and that would have been a phenomenal play that would have moved the chains with a first down on the play of the game. He called that play. He did that multiple times this season, especially in the playoffs. But people are not looking at that. They're not watching what he's doing. They just looking at stats. They just looking at, oh, him not having passing yard stats. They're not looking what other attribute as a quarterback what he does. They're not looking at of how of a clutch a quarterback of Jalen Hurts is. They're not reading that him being clutch a good attribute. They're not looking at they just want to focus on passing. Yo, he might not have passing yardage, but he's still a good passer. But he's just doing everything else better. Like I said, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna finish off in it. Like I said, that NFC Championship with Josh Allen. I keep saying this, but I must keep saying it for people who didn't see my other videos. That NFC Championship game with Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes at the end of the game, going to the end of the game, marched down the field and scored. Boy, it was like a minute and some change, close to 2 minutes left or something. Okay, he scored. And I feel like that was Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes like, okay, I got you. We up. Okay, y'all get the ball back with some time, but let's see you do the same thing. Let's see, you got one take, one chance, one moment, one opportunity to come in the clutch, to seal it, to be a winner, to be a game changer. You got one chance, no mistakes, to drop down the field and take over the game and win it. Can you do that? I saw multiple times Josh Allen come up short. And can't be a winner, can't be in clutch when he needs him to be, when the moment to take over, to like Shannon Sharp said last season. Can you take what's the word? Can you take advantage of the moment? When the moment comes, can you seal it? When your name get called, can you seal that moment? Only person I see that could do that, and I still feel Jalen Hurts a little better, but I'm an edge boy. If you wanna debate it, cool, I understand. But this is they put him up top. It's cool. Pat Mahomes is the only person I could say that you might argue that's better when it comes to driving down the field and sealing the moment. I edge Jalen Hurts a little bit more. Why? Because you got all these ref controversy calls on Pat Mahomes. Him getting chances with these penalties and calls that helps him out. Jalen Hurts do it with no penalties and calls, 9 out of 10. But you want to add an argument, cool. I ain't gonna get it. That's just put him. Okay, cool. Because I'm not saying he's better than him. So you could just screw Pat Mahomes, and you might argue, okay, he's good with that too, and he's probably whatever. But some other guys, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, who else you want to name? When a moment is called for them to seal the moment, do they do it constantly? Josh Allen falling short. He couldn't take the moment. He wasn't a winner. He couldn't be a winner. He couldn't seal that moment to drive down the field and win it. But we saw Jalen Hurts do it multiple times. We see him come in the clutch multiple times. He might not have passing yardage, but when his name is called to win a game, you want to get one chance, one moment, one time to march down the field and win it. Can you do that? Sure. We even saw Jayden Daniels do it. Can you do it? I don't see it in him, man. So you want to, okay, he don't have passing yardage. But okay, he's still a good passer. And he also got other stuff that you can't name other quarterbacks that is better than him with. So you can't put him in top 5 because of that. Him being a clutch quarterback is not not make him top 5 quarterback, top 10. Him winning the game, I say this all constantly. 2 things and I'm gonna be out. One, if that was Jalen Hurts in that NFC Championship against Pat Mahomes, when Matt Mahomes went down the field and scored, and he gave Josh Allen close to 2 minutes, probably 2 minutes or whatever, chance to march down the field and score. I believe if that was Jalen Hurts, I honestly believe if that was Jalen Hurts, that would have been a ball game. I have more trust that Jalen Hurts would have marched down the field and scored and won it. I believe that. You got proof. Put up the resume. Just like in the Super Bowl year we lost with the Patriots. I'm sorry, the Patriots. The Chiefs. I believe, and they talked about this constantly. If it wasn't for that controversy call penalty, you want to say if it's the penalty or not, whatever. If it wasn't for that, and the Chiefs kicked the field goal with enough time for the Eagles to march down the field and win the game, I believe Jalen Hurts would have did it. The way he was balling in that Super Bowl, we could at least had 3 rings right now. I believe Jalen Hurts would have marched down the field and won it. If he would have had a chance, when the moment is called, you got one chance to march down the field and take and win it, to take over the moment. I believe he would have did it. He done it multiple times. He done prove it. So to not say he's not top 5 because of that, to not put him in a top 10 question because of him, to not be him being a clutch quarterback, to be a winner, to take over moments where other quarterbacks can't do it, to not to put that as a good attribute of a quarterback. Y'all only looking at passing. Come on, man. Let's get it together when it comes to this. Stop being one-track minded when it comes to this. These analysts cover football so many years. They know it's more than just passing. Yes, passing is the number one thing of a quarterback, but it's not only passing. It's other stuff. That's why a lot of these quarterbacks that got a lot of passing yardage, but they can't win a game. And it's not because of their defense. It's not only because of their defense, not only because the team, they got good players, but they can't win it. The Ravens got good players, a good defense. Lamar Jackson supposed to be he's MVP quarterback. Why they can't win it? Why they can't at least make it to the Super Bowl? Come on, man. It's other than the Bills have good defense. They got a good court. They got good coaching. They got a good solid offense. Come on. They got wide receivers that's doing good. They got Josh Allen as the quarterback. With that boy named James Cook, he's doing his thing as a running back. Their defense is solid. They got a good O-line, pass protection. Why they can't win it? Why they can't make it to the Super Bowl? Come on, let's get it. It's more than just passing. It's not the only attribute as a quarterback. Not the only skill set as a quarterback. But do they understand this? No. Do they recognize this? Is they talking about this? No. They don't want to. They don't want to. They want to put this narrative out there. They want to put these narratives out there. That's what they love. They love to talk. They love to talk nonsense. So, man, that being said and done. Like I said, 2 things. One, we might not be a dynasty team yet because we got to have consistent players and consistent coaches each and every year. And we got to know what we have. That's what I feel like. But we not far from it. We close, very close. We right there. Not far from it. One step, we there. Just one step. And second, to say that Jalen Hurts is not top 5 quarterback is nonsense. It's nonsense. That boy proved it. He proved that being clutch matters. He might not have the passing yards like them, but being clutch, coming in when you need to be, to seal moments, to answer when your name is called, to answer it. That's what he proves. That makes him top 5 quarterback. So let's talk. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If you disagree, put it in the comments. Let me know. Let's talk about it. And then stay tuned. Join in the comment next time, and we get to talk going on. Because I'm ready to debate this, but I'm ready to debate this because it's nonsense. It's crazy. So that's how I feel about it. That's my discussion for tonight. Let me know if you agree or disagree. It's all love. It's all football, all NFL. Jog in your comments. Let me know, and we'll talk about it, man. But other than that, stay tuned. Please like, follow, and subscribe to the channel. Please don't hesitate because we got a lot that's coming, a lot of stuff to talk, especially on this off season. And definitely do not hesitate to follow the other YouTube channel when we are talking about NFL in general. But we just mainly covering the Eagles, what's going on in the off season, but we're gonna cover everything, all other movements on that channel when it comes to Dolo Solo on 1033 TV. That's the other channel. That's DOLOSOLO 1033 TV. And please follow that channel where we are talking about NFL and we are talking about life discussion. When we are just having a whole discussion about life, different talk. So please come and join and get the discussion going on with us. So that being said, if you come in there afterwards, please watch the video. Let me know how you feel, if you agree or disagree, and definitely like, follow, and subscribe so you can stay tuned in for my next hype fan talk, and we get the discussion going on. So that being said, this your boy Hype Fan Jers. Thank you for tuning in to Hype Fan Eagles. You already know it's Bird Game. I'm out. Shit.